Yeah. Okay. I think I should have moved the light to the other end because it's a switch right there, and I always want to know what the switch was for. So I think I should move the light, and then I got to be mindful. Hey y'all, my name is Angie. Welcome back to my channel. Child, what y'all got going? Looking all soft, wind, in your clothes, and we all need. Now it's some Brian McKnight or some soup playing in the background. What's good, lovely love? Yeah, you see I got my little Hugh Hefner on. Baby, you see I got my little Hugh Hefner on. I do. I do. I do. I'm thinking about switching this light from this end to that end because you know what I just noticed all this time I've been here? It's two light switches, and I'm wondering, like, every time I flick, let me show you what I'm talking about. Like, right here is two. like light switches, and I'm trying to figure out what's this light switch. I'm trying to figure out what's that light switch for. I think maybe because I got the light, I'm supposed to have the light on the other end of the couch. Maybe if I had the lamp on the other end of the couch, and when I switch the light on, the lamp will come on instead of me clicking on the light. What y'all think? Hey y'all. So I think that light switch, I'm finna try to see if that light switch work. Cause I never noticed that. I just really paid attention right now. I wish I had like another lamp I could try. I wish I had another lamp. Let me go get the lamp out of my room, and we gonna see if that's the light switch for that light. We just gonna see. All this fucking thing. All this fucking thing. So now, what the fuck? All this fucking time. So now I gotta figure out a way to get this lamp and this lamp on the plug. Yes, I knew it. I gotta figure out a way how to get both lamps in that plug. Damn, that's cold, bro. What? This shit is fucking crazy. That shit is actually fucking crazy, bro. That shit is that shit fucking crazy, dude. Oh my god. How can I get both of these lamps Cause my couch is plugged up too. My couches is plugged up. The lamp is plugged up. But I want to get both lamps. Where's the two? Bro, don't blame me. Don't blame me. This my first condo. I'm figuring it out. Don't blame me. This my first condo, and I'm figuring out. Maybe, maybe if to get both lamps, one lamp, two lamp, and that plug. This plug, plug, plug this up in the wall. Use the extension cord. This in the wall. Plug the extension cord in this and plug both lamps. One, two lamp here. Hey Dex. Plug, wait, plug this in the wall. In the wall. Plug this extension cord in here. Run the extension cord behind the couch and plug both lamps in here. And the power will be coming. Oh no. How was your night? Confusing. I'm trying to figure out why I just not knew that I could turn my lights on by a switch. The lamps. You know, the click, click, click lamps. And I'm steady clicking the switch by the hallway light, and I'm like, what does this fucking clicker thing go to? And it controls the lights. It controls my lamp, rather. I'm tired. I'm tired. Y'all gotta give me some grace, cause this is my first place. Y'all gotta give me some grace, cause this is my first place, my first apartment, condo, whatever, and I'm gonna figure it out. So all this time, I could have been just turning the fucking light on, the lamp by a switch. My room got to be like that too. Then every room got to be like that. Then every fucking room has to be like that. Then if you plug the lamp up in the right power socket. I was yesterday years old, child. I always just been clicking, click, click, clicking the lamp on like manually. Bitch. Everyone is. Let me go get my glasses. Didn't I just have my glasses? Everyone is asking me where and who is Angie because you are super determined. We love it. Thank you. First apartment. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. It's a plug. I don't want to go back over that, but it's a plug where the washing machine at. It's two light switches. I always only operate one because that's the hallway light. But I always wondered what the fuck the other switch was for. Like every time I click the switch on and off, nothing turned on and off. So tonight when I went over there to wash, I'm like, maybe if I plug my lamp up, so I took the lamp out of my room and plugged it in the switch right there and clicked the switch, the lamp came on by itself. So I could just leave the lamp, click, click, click on and just turn it off by the switch. So every room got to be like that. My room has to be like that too, and the front room and the living room has to be like that. Now I want to call. I feel like I need to call my leasing agent and ask him why you ain't tell me that. Like why you didn't explain that to me? He probably did, but I probably didn't get the gist of what he was saying, or didn't pay attention, or was too excited just get my keys, get my keys, get my keys. Because I never knew that. Quick question. It better not be no BS. Please don't ask permission to ask me no BS. Please and thank you. Please. That light blue goes well with your skin tone. You know what you're doing, Ange. You listen. You know what I got? Where I got this from? Y'all was with me when I bought this. Y'all was with me when I bought this, and it was made for me, baby. Y'all was with me when I bought this. I bought this from the Goodwill. $3 and $3. Remember? After I went to go take my son shopping and I was like, his stuff got to be brand new, but I got used. Yeah. I bought two of them. The other one cute too, but it was three. I said, I need this. I washed it. When I came home, I washed both of them twice. Twice. Heavy duty wash. Because I don't know who had these, child. And I got some shorts under it, just to take extra precautions. But I washed them twice, yeah. I got them from Goodwill. I was like, I'm not $3 and $3, 100% satin. No, this is my first day here, but I'm happy I found you. I'm happy you, Mooka, Mook, 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 Pooka, Pook, Pook. I'm glad you found me too. Kitty birds be looking. Ghost boo. Keep going. This message was self destruct. So thrift, so thrifty and fly. I dig it. The nails doing what they supposed to. Look, Mook. I'm waiting on my order some what's that fingernail polish remover. They said they not sending it to the 21st. So when the 21st come, I get my toes professionally done. I get a penny and a mani, but I just polish my fingers myself. But I go to the shop to get my toes did. Who's who? Who everywhere? Yeah. So I still gotta call maintenance to get the fucking sponge out of my oven. I guess I can put a maintenance request in right now. I know they tired of me. I swear to God. Oh, let me tell y'all what happened. What I don't think I sent y'all yesterday. So yesterday, the lady from the leasing office was like, "We need a extra key to everybody apartment." Da 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 da. Hold on, y'all. So the leasing office was like, "We need a key to everybody apartment." Da 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 da. So I sent her an email back. Like I turned in my key May 6th of this year. I got the screenshots between me and my leasing agent. Bitch, I don't have nothing to do with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Up in here. Because you know how condo associations is. Some people bought their condo, some people rent their condo, and some people lease their condo. So whoever you up under, that's who you report to. If it's three different people, if you're leasing, that's one person you report to. If you're written, that's another person. If you own it, that's another company. But they all under the same, the same title or whatever, right? So I told her, I sent the email like I turned in my key already May 6th of this year because they didn't have a key to my apartment. Because and they had to come in here and do maintenance or something I did, some weird I did then, and I wasn't here. And he said that they had been here 2 or 3 times, that we don't have a key to your apartment. But he already let me know. He was like, Angie, I trust you. I don't need a key to your apartment. Da 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 da. Do you? So when I put a maintenance request in, they came like 2 times and they missed me. And that's when my um leasing agent called me like, we need an extra key to your apartment so we can get in and go ahead and make the repairs. So I had took it to him. So when the lady emailed me talking about she needed a key to the apartment, right? And I sent her that text like, he already got my key, da 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 da. So when I sent her that, she sent me another email today, and she was like, well, what's your address? and what's your apartment number? So I told her my address and my apartment number. So I guess she reached out to my leasing agent and she was like, yeah, he has your key. Bitch, I told you that. Now, what has transpired too, what I believe transpired? Y'all know I get a lot of packages up in this packages every single day. I get like 3, 4 packages every day. I had a whole bunch of packages in my arm. Dude nosy ass next door with the Saint Bernard. I see him getting off the elevator. I'm getting off the elevator. He getting on the elevator. I'm yay high, face covered with some boxes. He looking. I say it's finna be some shit. He needs to read over. I say it's finna be some shit when he saw me with all my boxes. He see me. He be looking through the peephole every fucking day. When we leave out, we buy shit. You know, I leave out, buy shit. I have packages coming, big ass boxes coming every day. Da 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 da. And one day he stopped me and he was like, why do you buy so much stuff? And I must have looked at him. No comment. So I already knew when he saw me getting off the elevator with like all them boxes, he was finna call and trick. So listen, that's when the lady hit me with the key. I say he must have went back and told her that I be getting a lot of shit. And see now he did probably put her up to being nosy and thinking when I leave, she finna come to my motherfucking apartment because he told her that I get a lot of shit. Like, see what she got going on. Cause every day Angela always got boxes. This my motherfucking money, bitch. You don't know what I got going on. Just as y'all see me coming in my apartment with a whole bunch of boxes, y'all see me leaving out, throwing them boxes away, disposing of no boxes. You don't see boxes everywhere in my house. You see what I'm saying? I know how to dispose them. I'm not a hoarder. Everything goes. I have a reason for buying everything in here. Okay. So I guess she was salty because she reached out to my leasing agent. He was like, I got her key. Like, no need to check the office. No need to tear the office up because I got Angela's key. And she emailed, was like, yeah, he said he had your key. Let me tell you something about my leasing agent. When I was in the DV shelter, I came to look at this apartment and I told him what I was going through. And he was like, what? He said, I'm gonna get you and your child out that shelter. He said, I'm gonna get you out that shelter. Y'all don't deserve to be in there. Y'all been in there 18 months. What? He said, me and my mom is finna get you out of the shelter. Just pay your rent and your security. We got you. He said the only thing we need is a letter of residency saying that you had been there for the last 2 years. So I go to my case manager. I go to the director of the shelter. I'm like, I say, the condo association needs a letter of residency just saying I never rented from nobody and I've been homeless. I've been staying here. Do you know they won't give her? She called them, she emailed him and his mama. Called, email, called, email, called, email. And they kept calling me like, we just emailed me. Why they just can't get back with me? Why they just can't respond back with me? She said, I just called both of them and they say they are in a meeting. I stood outside my apartment in the shelter. I say, both of them in their office. I say, hold on, let me go get the manager. I went to go get the manager. I say, I say, I'm trying to get out of here. I want to get out of here. Can you tell my case manager just to write me a letter of residency? She called my case manager in there. She said Angela is lying to them, saying she paid rent. I said, you a motherfucker lie. I ain't told them I paid rent nowhere because I ain't never paid no rent a day in my fucking life. I told them where I was at. I'm not embarrassed. I want to get out of here. I say, matter of fact, let me show you the email. When I showed the director the email, she said, and get Angela that letter right now. Write her that letter of residency right now. She said, I'm gonna write it up. I'm gonna write it up and I'm gonna slide it under Angela's door. She said, Angela's not a dog. You go knock on her door and hand it to her. Do you know when she wrote that letter up and handed it to me, she got fired? That was the second case manager allegedly got fired, but I never saw her after that day, my case manager. Gave them the letter of residency, gave them my cashier's check. That man went down. Where's your clothes at? I say, some of them in the car and some of them in storage. He said, I'll help you bring them up. Man, brought, he said, I told you I was going to get you out of there. That man don't bother me. He don't call me. He don't do nothing. As long as I have my rent, that's it. I ain't never got her anything I need fixing there. If I say I need something fixed, they're gonna be here at 8, 9 a.m. in the morning. When I drop my keys down the elevator chute, they were Johnny on the spot. They came from home. They came from home. And I was like, I'm sorry. They was like, no, 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 it's okay. My landlord don't play about me. I told him I was in a domestic violence situation. It's cameras outside of my door. He say, I got you. These are Persians. Persians own this building. They don't play. They don't play. The lady got mad. She must have got mad because she was like, yeah, he said he had your key. Why you worried about my key in the motherfucking first place? Why you worried about getting in my apartment? You don't have no right coming in my apartment because, lady, I don't rent from you. I don't own from you. I don't lease from you. So why are you so curious about my extra key out of all the floors up in this motherfucker? You worried about my key because dude next door went back running his mouth telling her, oh, you need to find out what's going on. You could just, it's, I don't get to explain to nobody. He see me on the camera. Don't you think that man see me every day coming in here with motherfucking boxes and packages? He ain't said not word, not one word over a year. He know when he come in his property, this motherfucker is spick and span. He probably didn't been in here because he probably like, let me go up in here and see. He cool with it. Congratulations, ain't nothing like being homeless. Thank God. It show isn't. Listen, that told me a lot in my life. I would never look at a homeless person like they're worthless, like they're nothing ever in life. When you move to a certain state, a different city, a different town, that's who you're supposed to talk to. A homeless person or the drunk man in front of the stove. They know every single body. They know everything. They know the who's who and the what's what because they out there. That's why people look bad upon them and think they don't know nothing. They some of the smartest people it was. I got awoke, I got activated, baby, when I was homeless. When your back up against the wall, I got activated. I woke up. I became the woman I was always supposed to be. I live a life of peace and quiet. I don't got to over explain. I ain't got to under explain. I ain't got to clean up behind nobody. I ain't got to put up with nobody's shit. I ain't had none of that. Peace of mind. If you want to live the life that you've always dreamed, what I always dreamed of, I got to do it by myself. I have fun. Me and my son is living the life. I want to change it for the world. And if a person want telling you some of them homeless people is the smartest people. They know the whole town. They know the whole city. They know where you need to go to, who you need to talk to. I want to change being homeless for nothing in the world. I got activated. I stopped being a people pleaser and a yes and looking so pitiful and sad. And I adapted some of that with that light. I adapted some of that dark. I thank God I went through that because it made me who I was. I probably would have still been lost in the South if I were homeless. I probably would have been crawling back to my baby daddy, standing outside my old big ass house. Like, I thought this was my house. I thought you bought this house for me. And him and his mama and his little sisters and the neighbors would have been looking at me like, baby, I could have told you it was coming. I seen it from a mile away. Now you out here crying, looking pitiful. And they're gonna go in the house and close the door. I got activated when I went in there. I could do this on my own. I could do this. God bless the child that got his own. They were blocking my blessings. They were blocking my blessings. I'm not ashamed of being homeless. I'm not ashamed. Long as I bowed out gracefully and I ain't never went back to that man house. Tell me, I thought you bought it for me. I thought, see, that's a weak bitch. They thought I was gonna be a weak bitch. They thought I was gonna kill myself. They thought I wasn't gonna know how to deal with it and kept coming back over there acting crazy so the fucking police can drag me to jail. Or they thought I was gonna get sick or tired of my son and not being able to deal with him and drop him off over there on the bus on the curb or on the steps and ride off like you got a house, you raised your son. No, I'm not. I ran the hill. I understand it now. I get it now. People will know who you are before you realized who you are. They already knew who I was all along. They was trying to break me all along. They was trying to dismantle me all along. They was waiting. She gonna be back. She come back to beg her way to be crying. We gonna see her and you know what they was gonna do? Be out there laughing. I was gonna be entertaining because they pulled the red rug from right underneath my feet and they saw me crumbling. The person that was out there, everybody loved all the time. Everybody, she was laughing. Look at her out there crying now because she can't get back in. You see, I had all this before, everything in here, but you see, I don't care about buying it from scratch. I'm buying it from scratch. I ain't calling talking about, hey, can I get my dishes? Hey, can I get my pots? Hey, can I get my curse? You don't see me calling them. They and narcissists will hold on to your shit. They hold on to it because they hoping and wishing and praying that you call them back for it. They still got you think talking about it. I'm explaining. Let me get you out of here. I'm explaining it to you. Just because I'm talking about it, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it because that's my testimony. But stop the car. Stop the car. Let dude out. I'm not talking about it in the manner that you think I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it in case another woman go through domestic violence and have to flee and get out. I want to let her know it's okay because this is what starting over looks like. Baby girl, don't put your life back in jeopardy running back to your husband, your ex-husband, your boyfriend, your baby daddy apartment or house trying to get your stuff. You can get unalived in there. You talking about what I'm still talking about it. This is my testimony. What are you talking about? I should. That's what y'all want me to do. That's what the narcissist and his family will want me to do. Is stop talking about it. Act like it never exists. Y'all'll be safe, then. Not me. Y'all'll be safe if I never talked about it again. Y'all probably putting all type of narrative and lies out to the people. They probably asked about me a million times. Oh, I don't know where Angie at. I don't know what she done. This is my testimony. This is my testimony. I ain't talking about it like you don't see me shedding tears, snotting. I went through it, I accepted, and I moved on. The next person, they may not be able to have the capacity to move on and accept it and pick up the pieces. People get unalive because the narcissists know that they got your shit and they waiting for you to come back around for an argument to incur for anything. They'll shoot your ass and be like, oh, she came on my property, knowing damn well that they called you over there. Let that shit go. It's a lot. I was in a domestic violence shelter. It was a lot of moms that got weak, didn't want to do it, and they went back to their man and got their head knocked between the washer and dryer until it takes upwards of 7 to 8 times for a woman to actually want to get out their relationship because it's a cycle and they don't recognize it. Women get unalived every single day because they trying to co-parent and drop their kid off to their dad, and their dad just can't take that the mother got smart and realized that he was a narcissist and left him alone. Women get unalived every day uh, due to men like this. What are you talking about? Like, you're weird. Don't worry about the distractions, and I love your channel. Thank you. We should love. Thank you. Basically, you on your healing journey. I'm glad for you. Thank you. See, I'm not talking about him because and I'm gonna give you one better. I'm gonna say one better. The whole time, I already felt the vibes. I already knew what was going on. It'd be it would have been a surprise if unbeknownst to me I didn't know it. I felt the vibes. I knew it. I just didn't know when it was coming. So when I left, I made sure to get the most important stuff. Everything else could be replaced. Everything else could be replaced. But some women just can't get over the fact that they got to have their shoes. They got to have their Fashion Nova. They got to have their Shane. They got to go back to the house. They got to have their body butters. They got to have their perfumes. I got to go back to his apartment. I got to go back to his house to retrieve my stuff. That may be the last day you walk in somebody's crib. I'm here to say, let it go. This is what starting over looks like. Let it go. God will give you everything back tenfold. And I'm living, walking. And furthermore, I would never want to hear nobody talk about nothing they never went through. If you ain't never went through it, going through it, healing from it, bro, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. I hear women all the time say they in a domestic violence shelter, and I be like, man, I could tell you how I go from A to Z. Do you think they want to hear from me? They want to get them cash outs. They want to get them that sympathy. They want to get that money. They want to get them chimes. They want to get them PayPals. They don't know what the fuck going on in a domestic violence shelter. That shit is like something like a cult. And I wouldn't put past dude if he wasn't paying them to keep me up in that motherfucker because that's unheard of. A mother and her child with a disability being a DV shelter for 18 months. I believe my grimy ass case manager allegedly got in touch with my baby daddy and was like, hey, Angie here, what really went on type shit. He probably was like, man, fuck her ass, make her get a job. She ain't never got a job. She got some degrees, but she ain't using them. That she done had it too good in her life. I wouldn't put it past if they weren't bouncing off each other. He was sliding her bread under the table to keep me up in there. I swear to God. Everybody else was up in there. It's supposed to be a 3, 4 month. I was supposed to be in there for 3, 4 months tops. Everybody else was in there for 3 to 4 months, and they moved on and got up out of that and went to transitional housing. How is it that me and my son in there 18 months, two Christmases, two birthdays, two everything, and don't nobody in the facility find that odd? Everybody just nonchalant about it. Everybody ain't nobody just said, man, for real though. I know y'all hating on this girl because she pretty and y'all can't humble her and she still, dressing and dressing her son. But enough is enough, man. Like when y'all gonna get this girl out of here? For everybody not to say nothing. I know I got to be a bad bitch. It take 10 to 20 people. They got to come together in a group as a clan to take me down. So cause why ain't nobody I'm talking about 18 months. They watching me too, like a hawk. I come in, you see what she had on? Yeah, she got on a different dress every day, but it's stuff already here. Stuff already here. Just like when I moved out the DV shelter, they called me in the office. Don't ask me for no money. Don't ask us for no money for no security deposit and first month's rent. And don't ask us to get you no furniture. Bitch, my furniture was in the shelter the whole 18 months I was in here. I paid on that. I paid on that faithfully. My security deposit, if you'll be a fool if you think I ain't sit up in here for 18 months and then save no money. The way they was talking to me because they just want and then when I say I found my own shit, that was like for real? Where? Give me the address. I sent they ass straight off, clean off. Y'all don't need to know where the fuck I'm going. But y'all ain't help me get this. Y'all ain't help me work for this. Y'all ain't help me save for this. Everything was we ain't gonna help. We ain't gonna help. Well, bitch, I'm not finna help you know my address. How about them apples? Because I don't know if you got a relationship with dude and not fit to pass that info to dude. I think if I would have, yeah, wow, basically 2 years, that's crazy. They definitely was trying to hold you down. Telling you, man. And I was filming in there. If you go back to some of my videos where I was always filming in the car, I was in the shelter because I ain't want to film in there because I didn't know if somebody was gonna tell and it was gonna get put out. Hold on, this thing. I'm talking about I'm still talking about it. People be on the internet every day exposing y'all rotten ass narcissists. Every single day, people be on the internet exposing y'all rotten ass narcissists because y'all are responsible for a lot of people unaliving themselves, being locked up because y'all throw rocks and y'all hide y'all hands. This is my testimony. So a lot of people are fucked up in life because of narcissists. So I'm gonna talk about it to the ones that's activated because that activated me. That activated me. And I'm telling you, telling you, uh, I bet my life that's ludicrous. Like 2 years. That's why when I came to this condo association, that's like, what? You been in there where? But they helped everybody else. They helped everybody else. And my case manager, she in there reading like a script, a line. They act like robots in there, bro. It's like they study a script and they tell everybody the same shit. You're self-sufficient. She was so dirty. When you supposed to first make it in there, they supposed to do your housing. It took her 6, 7 months to do my housing. Then she told the lady to put it's a whole it's like a whole format they supposed to follow. And my case manager sabotaged me time after time after time after time. Soon as I move up, she'll call everybody. Me and Angie got into it. She won't do what I say. She won't get a job, clean the toilets. I want her to go to this hospital, or I want her to go to this hotel and clean toilets. She don't want to do what I say. Take her name out the housing list. All of a sudden, I get a call or email saying, "Oh, we removed your name for the list." Bro, what? So she kept doing bullshit. So I found out who the fuck I supposed to talk to about her ass. About all they ass. The whole facility ended up getting shut the fuck down. It ain't no allegedly. They had to shut it down because they said, I don't believe they were doing you like that, Angela. I can't believe it. I say would believe it. It's no telling how many other women that she has treated cruel like this. I saw women give up, be in the parking lot crying, like, I gotta leave, I can't do this, I might as well go back to dude. I gotta go back to dude. And I was like, no, don't give up, bro. I'm gonna figure out a way for us to get out of here. Please don't leave. And they end up leaving. That was her ass being a narcissist, treating people rotten. That could have been a straw that broke the camel's back. Some of them women probably off themselves when they left there. Some of them probably just, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for the gifts. Um, 0078. Thank you. Some of they ass probably off they self when they left. I saw women, they were in the car like, I'm finna go. I was just waiting on you to pull up with your baby, Angie. I knew you was pulling up at 3:30, but I gotta go. I can't take it. And I'm like, wait a minute, don't go nowhere. Just stay here. And I'm gonna figure out who to talk to. I'm gonna figure out something for us. They left. They left. I don't know what happened to them women. I don't know if they went back or went insane, went to asylum. That was the narcissistic ass case manager I had. That was that bitch. And she saw, let me tell you something else. She used to go in my room and steal. She used to go in my room, go through my stuff, take my perfume, take little stuff I had like Chanel and Dior, like don't you know eyebrow pencil shop. She used to steal all that shit. She was going there and switch my charges up. I had to start painting my charges with fingernail polish. She was a devious bitch. Some of them up in them shelters, they'll wait till the moment you leave or be going in there going through your shit. Narcissists always want something that belongs to you. They want that energy of your belongings. They want something just like a serial killer or or a pedophile or something with the little girl's underwear, or a serial killer, the person who they unalive, they want a scarf, they shirt, their ID or a credit card they always keep. Narcissists are the same way. You come around them, they get something to belong that belongs to you. Some days I ride up, they won't let me in the gate. I'd be like, you see this? I'll be like, she in there searching my room because I never went in there with no bags. I never went in there with no bags. So she was trying to find out where I got all this stuff from. Even when I got my packages delivered there, they'll open up my package. If my package, the UPS delivered my package to the front door, she told me it has to go to her first. She hasn't inspected, and when she get good and ready to bring me my packages and my mail, that's when she'll bring it. And I said, I don't know, I don't think this how it's supposed to go. That y'all supposed to be opening up my mail and my packages. I don't think y'all supposed to be opening up my shit. I really needed to know this you before this knowledge. If they stole from you, then they paid for what they did to you. She was jealous of you. Yeah, she was. But my whole thing was it wasn't no need to be jealous of me because I can't help the way I look. I can't help that I came there and I had clothes and I had jewelry all the time. The jewelry I have, I've been had it for years. I never lost it. I'm the type of person, my grandmother gave me a ring when I was in high school. I still got it. My daddy had a ring. He wore a name plate ring. I still got it. I'm gonna keep certain stuff of value. So when I came there, it wasn't like that. I was like, I'm finna take my jewelry off. I'ma dress down. It was like, no, you know what I went through. Here's the order protection. Here's the history of abuse. Here's what he did. Here's pictures of it. So everybody there was in the same boat. All you had to do is do your job, lady. Do your job and get me up out of there. Instead of her, jealousy turns her world upside down and inside out, where she fucking lost everything. She fucking lost her job. The same ditch she was digging for me, she eventually fell in that motherfucker. She was telling me, get a job, well, you were gonna get out of here. And then when I reached and when I reached and got in touch with the lady who's over the program, she said that's not a requirement. You supposed to been out of here. I'm so sorry you went through that. 18 months. I said, yeah. She said, I got something in store for her Monday. But Angela, I can't tell you, but you're gonna find out. I called my friend. My friend said she fired them motherfucking ass, and you believe it. She fired her. She just ain't want to tell you, so you could rub it in her face or something. But when she announced it at that table, the type of person I was, my friend said you should have got up and started cracking up laughing. He said, "Ange, you got a good heart. You a good person. Cause if that would have been me, when she was sitting across from the table, they called the emergency meeting. Everybody in the shelter came in the conference room, and she was crying. Look, she was crying. She said, "I got something to tell you guys." My friend voice went out from my head. I want this. I want to say they fired you, didn't they, bitch? Cause they couldn't do nothing to me. They couldn't do nothing to me if I would have said it. He said you should have said that and said, ah. I say nope. I'm not that type of person. Because she was crying. And then when she saw me, she hurried up and started drying her tears like her pride, like her ego. That was that pride, that was that ego. She was like, I'm moving to Miami. I'm moving to Miami. So you moved to Miami in the middle of the year. No, they fired your ass and escorted your ass off the premises with that box in your hand. She, don't you know how they had the little boxes? That's how she walked out that motherfucker with her little box in her hand. That's how she walked out there. I think she had been working there since the 80s. She was the face of the shelter. She was the face. She was the head case manager. That she was the head. When the director left, she should have been next in line but to be the director. That's how much clout she had in there. Had the first parking spot, all that shit. She should have been up next for the promotion to be the director. She fucked her whole career up in 20 some odd years of working there over jealousy of one woman. I got to be, I was like, that's what activated me, yo. That right there in itself, I say, hey, 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 hey. So I said, Eddie, stop moving to Miami to do more harm. She's dangerous. She's very dangerous. She's very dangerous. You can tell by somebody's demeanor how dangerous they are and how she noticed everything about me, how she wanted to know everything about me, how she was sniffing me out. And they it was weird. It's like a secret society when y'all, if y'all ever go there, I hope to God don't nobody ever have to go, but it's like a cult. It's like a clan, and it's weird, and it takes a weird individual to work there. Don't think they just, oh, we love women and we're welcoming you with open arms, and we're here to help you, and you're gonna get out of here in 3 4 months time because we're gonna help you. No, they trying to break you. Whatever relationship you got it out of, they know you're broken. You're in a broken spot. They are gonna pick up, you know how they be running with the mantle and then they pass off the torch to the other runner. That's them. When a narcissist beats you and you broken and battered and you go to that shelter for help, whoever your case manager is, they pick up the mantle and start abusing you too. But they rub your head while you're doing it. Oh, poor Angela, don't cry. You're safe now. You're safe now. We're gonna help you. Yeah, they're danger fucking this. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if that bitch ain't dig and dig and dig and dig and found my baby daddy and say, hey, baby, my nigga, I see all that shit she got. What you want me to do with her? He probably said keep her there as long as you need for until she come back to me. I own her. I made her. I invested in her. I don't want her to go out there and y'all get her apart. I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised. That's why when I moved here, I made a vow not to trauma bond with nobody. I don't know what y'all got going. I don't need to know what y'all got going, and I don't care. Long as I respect myself and my son respect everybody and he coming here, he don't cause no problems. I don't mess with nobody. That's why my fucking real estate agent, leasing agent, he don't allow nobody to fuck with me. That's why he told her I got her keys. He could have easily had my keys up in there with everybody else's key, but he know that the stories that I told him, oh, you one of the ones. So let me slide this, cause I got a couple of women up in here. They see you every day. You think the women in their office don't see me every day out there standing on the road waiting on the school bus? Like, damn, Who client is that? They were that's such and such client. We can't touch her. She don't rent from us. She don't own one. She don't lease from us. We can't touch her. We can't say nothing to her because she has to report back to dude. You know they trying to pick. They trying to. That's what I'll email. Then look, I got a text today. Look. I got a text today from the same lady in the office. Look, I'm finna read this. Thing. There's a white GMC Terrain in the parking lot with license plates. Boo 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 doo. We need to do a clean out and require you to move your car. Lady, this ain't my car. To call the office. She want me to call there. Look, obsessed. That's from dude running his mouth. So I called the office. I say, hello. Uh, I don't own no white GMC. Okay. We sent that text out to everybody. I doubt, lady, you sat up there and text every motherfucker in this condo association by hand. Let me see when this came at 10:13 a.m. I doubt, lady, you sat up in that office and got everybody's phone number that live up in this condo, in these condos, and one by one you meticulously text everybody and said, there's a white. I doubt you did that. You're picking. Cause I told I told you about my keys. Do have my keys. Now look, check it out. She went from damn, her landlord got her keys, so I can't come in her Angela apartment and snoop. Well, what kind of car did this drive in? Now he got old girl curious. He got me on the radar with somebody I don't even have to deal with in the Lisa office. When she sent the lick about the white GMC Terrain, that's a psychology. That's a play on your psyche. That's reverse psychology. She wanted me to say, oh no, that's not my car. I drive a such and such, license plate such and such, such and such. I hit her with, that's not my car, ma'am. Good morning, but that's not my car. Gray Rock. Cut, dry, and straight to the point. Cause now you curious. You probably been like, yeah, I've been seeing her. She be bad. What? Dude, next door. Mad because I don't fuck with him. I cut him off. I blocked him. So now he's trying to get me in trouble. She thought I was finna say, no, I don't drive a white GMC. My car is such and such, but the license plate such. She, I would have gave her what she wanted because people like that want to size you up. She probably another narcissist. Mad that she ain't got to never have no contact with me. Mad that I ain't got to never come to the office and deal with her. Mad that she can't implement no rules and say she saw me doing anything. You a lie, lady, because the camera's right outside my door. My little Lord already ready for you. Angela don't fuck with nobody. Her son don't fuck with nobody. She come and go. She don't play like, yeah. Cause his funky butt is told cause he's sitting up in there looking out the peephole. She always got packages and do and is and gonna continue to buy 'em. You mad because I cut you off. Cause when I was talking to him, when I used to get the food from the food pantry, I used to sit the food out in the hallway. He ran and went to go tell the leasing office. Angela's sitting boxes out there full of food, and the other tenants is going in a box. She's feeding the other people in the condo. So, so they wrote a note with a whole bunch of condo rules. Don't sit no boxes of food out there. You ain't gotta tell me number once, baby. You ain't gotta tell me number once. You ain't gotta tell me number once. I got a car. I ride all the way down the street, all the way down the street, and find somebody homeless. You need some food? Yeah, here you go, sweetheart. Y'all got the game fucked up. Now he going back telling and tricking some more. she was jealous, sound like she was insecure and saw that you was beautiful. Thank you. But she was jealous. I showed her. I showed her on the video. I showed her on the video. She was jealous. She was. But let me tell you something. It's always gonna be somebody that look better than you. It's always gonna be somebody that dress better than you. It's always gonna be somebody got more skills better than you. It's always gonna be somebody people are drawn to. You can't help that. That stops you from doing your job. What you gonna be a case manager and say I'm gonna find all the ugly women housing. All the ugly women deserve housing. But if somebody come in here and they're beautiful, I'm not gonna find them housing. I'm gonna keep them in here and let them rot and make them commit suicide and give up on life. What type of person are you? You in the wrong business. You that's not that's not the criteria of your job for you to pick and choose. Hey, your choose and your picks. And another thing, they told everybody not to talk to me. Don't talk to Angela. Da, 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 da. I don't care because if they talk to me, it probably would have clouded my brain. I probably would have been so focused on helping the person that I was trauma bonded, the woman I was trauma bonded in that to, and to tending to my business, trying to pull somebody up, and I'm trying to pull myself up, and I end up drowning. So I'm glad I went through that process. So now, when I meet somebody and they be like, "Man, I'll get them the whole get go. I'll lay the whole lick down." Man, don't film in there. Don't befriend nobody in there. Don't let nobody see you filming in there. Cause hey, it's a domestic violence shelter. They feel like you filming, you putting other women life in danger. It's a whole bunch of stuff. They're gonna go through your stuff. They're gonna knock on your door and do random room checks. They're gonna cause phony fire drills and make you run up out of there with no clothes on. Yeah, they try to catch out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a whole bunch of weird shit be going. It's like a cult, bro. It's like a cult. It's like a secret society. It's like some sorority type shit. It's like you're getting hazed without even knowing it. I tell somebody the whole lick, the whole process, because it's not like it was back maybe before COVID. You can go in there and don't have to. No, 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 no. It's treacherous. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Straight up, I wouldn't do it. That activated me. I walked in there one person, and I walked out of there a totally different person for the better. For the better. I started being aware. I started looking at people, and I could really tell if a person got a good heart. At first, I thought I could change a person, or if I could just show them a little bit more kindness, love them a little bit more, help them a little bit more, say yes. I thought I can change them. No, you got to. If they on demons, if they excuse me, if they on demon time, they on demon time. You gotta do what you got to do. She was mad. I walked in there with my degree. She was like, "Oh, that degree, put Angela out of here. That degree is not real." Then when the director said this degree came from the Board of Education, you see that seal on there? She dumped out of there. Fee, five, four, bump. She shook the whole fucking room. She was mad, baby. Everybody used to be like, "Damn, Angie, you look nice. Do you work here?" Everybody used to mistake me from working there. They used to be like, "You work here?" I used to be like, "No, my mom here. I live here." They used to be like, "You live here?" I used to be like, "Yeah." She was mad than the motherfucker. Didn't nobody ever acknowledge her. Nobody ever say she dressed nice. Baby, you make six figures. They was making six figures a year. How could you be jealous of a mom that's down and out and homeless? You got to be kind of sick and twisted. So you've been working here for 20 years. You ain't never seen no beautiful one come through them doors. No, it was something about me. Me. Oh, I think you will make a good case manager. Look what you've been through. Now you know how it feels to get mistreated. I know you won't do what she did. I would never do what she did. I would listen. I wouldn't want a dog to get treated like that. I won't want my worst enemy to get treated like she treated me. There's no excuse for that. But what saved me is my whole life people been doing me like that. My whole entire life. So what she was doing, she wasn't the first and she won't be the last. Every single body I have ever been around has never chosen me, has never included me, has never wanted me to fit in with them. I know that I got to accept that as me being me. Nobody has is gonna ever choose you when God has chosen you. That's just the way it is. I had to be okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't expect anything from people. I don't want anything from people because I'm the type of person, the more you be around me, you're gonna hate me. Cause you gonna chop it up as I'm a lucky person. You would never be real with yourself. Oh, she's just a lucky person. She gets everything she wants. Oh, Angela thinks she's perfect. It's not about being perfect and it's not about being lucky. So when I run across her, I say, here we go again. How would I deal with this accordingly without seeking revenge, without wanting to get my lick back, without throwing rocks and hiding my hands? I got to be that type of person that always got to be the bigger person to always fight without my stance and my fists going up. I have to always fight without throwing fists. Me, and there's ways that stuff could be done without you fighting and holding a grudge and wanting your lick back and being combative. Cause she wanted me to curse out. She wanted me to beat her ass. She wanted me to beat her ass so I can get thrown up out of there. She was nitpicking with me, hoping I get aggressive with her so she can be like, Angela, you know what? You threatened me. You came at me. Get out. And it was messing their head up that they could never push me to that point. We can't push Angela over the edge. Why can't we push her? Because I already knew in my mind that nobody was gonna choose me. You think the people that sent me there, you knew the people that sent me there, they already knew who I was. They already knew like Angela be back. Them people, they gonna take one look at Angela and be like, oh no, bitch. They knew that. That's why they was waiting on me to come back. They know that. That's why they conditioned me, Angela. Nobody, you only got me. You don't got nobody else. And narcissists will have you believing everybody in the world hates you. The whole world is against you. The whole world may love you, and you will never know it because you listening to a narcissist. You done turned your back on the whole world, listening to the narcissist telling you you're ugly, you're crazy, you're useless. Nobody's gonna want you. You might as well stay here with me and let me treat you like shit and treat you like a doormat. They're there. Hell, you thinking the whole world hates you until you get out there and find out. Narcissists help other narcissists. She was helping the weak and keeping down the strong. There you go. Demons help other demons. Devils help other devils. You will be a speck of light surrounded by darkness, and they'll all be on assignment. They'll all look at each other like, you ready? Let's get it. Let's go. Let's jump her. You absolutely right. They band together. They join forces. They work in packs. They work in groups. They work in clans. They work in cults. They form allies. They are allies. They necessarily don't even like each other, but they would join forces because they hate you. They're trying to take you down. They need you to go down because you struck something in them when you walked in the room that they can't handle. Your light irritated they demons. They don't like the way you shook them up. That's why sometimes you walk in the room, motherfucker be coughing. They be coughing them demons. Dope about to close up. Demons coming out of they can't contain themselves. Demons help other demons. Devils help other devils. And just like I was telling you, that dude across the hall, he didn't probably join forces with a demon in the leasing office, and that's why all these motherfucking texts been coming through and emails since he saw me getting off the elevator with some boxes. She probably was like, oh yeah, I saw it too. What's your address and what's your and she probably was looking through the motherfucking drawers like, where's the drawer? Where's her key to her apartment? And she probably called my landlord. He said, I got it. I got it. What you want to know about her for? He probably checked their ass. Probably checked their ass. What you want to know about the key to her apartment? What's going on? Why you need to get that's my shit. What you need to get her shit for? She's not even your client. She don't lease from you. She don't rent from you. What you need? What you asking about my tenant for? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now, if he hears some shit behind this, he ain't even gonna believe it. Cause first of all, you steady harassing this girl. It went from the keys, then you texting her about a truck. That ain't her motherfucking truck. He know what kind of car I drive. That's why I ain't never got told. But you think he was finna tell old girl? Cause he wanna know why is it your business that you wanna know my what type of car my tenant drive. And when she hit me with the text, all I just said is, ma'am, I don't drive no GMC. She thought I was gonna say, no, I don't drive a GMC. I drive a such with license plate. Fucked her head up. She probably looking like, damn. She said she don't drive it, but what the fuck kind of car? I can't ask her landlord because he's gonna want to know why. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, yeah, y'all fucking with a pro now. Went from a empath to a dark empath on y'all ass real quick, real fast. Yeah, the old age you would be like, no, that's my car. I drive. I drive a Mercedes, bitch. You knew that. You could just come on, come on. You knew it had to be a name brand, bitch. You just knew it had to be a foreign. Okay, bitch. I wouldn't dare tell you my car. I don't fuck trust y'all. Stand your ground, girl. Fuck them haters for real. So basically, they kept passing you up on purpose for no reason. Yep, yep. But let me tell you a little bit about. They did me a favor. They did me a favor because if they would have found me housing, they would have been in my life for the rest of my life. When you're in a shelter and they find you housing, it's only for 2 years. Two. They place you where they want to place you at. They gonna tell you, go on and find, be looking for your apartment. That's just a distraction. That's what they tell everybody. Up, we're gonna place you. So you go ahead and look for your apartment, and you'll be looking and come back to your case manager. I found this. I found that. And they'll be looking at you like, why are you in a rush? What's the rush? Slow down. I did tell you to find you somewhere to go, but slow down. They tell you to slow down. Then after they tell you, oh, you're getting up out of here, you be like, shit, I can't wait to get up out of here. Let me read the listings. You just wrote down about 6 apartments. You took it back to your case manager. They like, okay, hold on. Because they gonna place you where they wanna place you because it's only for 2 years. They're gonna place you somewhere all the other mothers are at, in the slums of the slum of the slum of the ghetto, is neighborhood and project buildings, in the worst of the worst of the worst communities where roaches and rats at, and with the other moms, because they want you in close proximity with the other moms so they y'all can get to, so they can be watching you, y'all watch each other and report back to the case manager in case you get out there in the real world and the same man that was knocking your head between the washer and dryer, one of the moms gonna pick up the phone and say, Tisha got her baby daddy back over there. Yeah, I heard them fighting. They in there tearing up the apartment. Case man, see, they want you in the slum, somewhere you're gonna be scared to go outside at. They want to make sure that and not only that, they get to come and knock on your door whenever they want to because they found you that. They get paid for finding you. Another thing, they get paid, they get a bonus for actually finding you somewhere to stay. So you mean to tell me my case manager just kept passing up a bonus, $3,000 to $5,000 for placing me? Now somebody was paying that bitch under the table, and she wanted to keep that payday instead of that one lump sum. Hello, they get paid for placing. They don't give a fuck where they place you at. It's a lot of moms that was placed out south, slumlords. One of the moms got placed somewhere where she had to leave out and bomb her apartment 12 times, stand out there in the cold. That ain't gonna do nothing because if everybody in the apartment don't bomb, baby. Another mom got placed in the neighborhood where she was scared to go outside with her 2 sons because they stayed shooting. All she heard was gunshots. Another mom got placed out south. They stole her Hyundai. Another mom, I can go down the list. They place you in the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst neighborhoods because they don't want to go there, there. If they're a case manager, they will want to go to one complex and knock on everybody's door where all the moms at, where all their clients at, and be in their business. Leave out of there and go next door. When they found out I got my own shit and you moving where? To the suburbs. Who the fuck did you talk to? Where's that at? Bitch, I'm not telling y'all. I won't tell y'all how I did it, why I did it, who I talked to. Man, ain't y'all motherfucking business. I don't trust y'all. I got something that they ain't get. I got forever. Forever. They got 2 years. And in order to stand that bando in the trenches, they got to be controlled by them for the rest of their life. I don't want them in my life for the rest of my life. I only see they do that so you can be grateful to them. So it can feel like you owe them your life. I left out that bitch deuces. Deuces. The whole motherfucker. When I left on the 16th of June of last year. The 20th, the whole facility shut down. They was leaving out of there right behind me. Everything must go. Everything gotta go. And we had real apartments in there. It wasn't no bed by bed, no bunk bed. I had a key to there. Only thing we had to do was turn in the key when we left the shelter. I had a parking lot, all that. Go in your apartment, close your door, be in there with your kids, a bedroom, a living room, kitchen, two half baths. It was a toilet and I showed it. Y'all go back in my video. It's an apartment that's on there. They messed all that up, and it was at least maybe 40 apartments like that. It was like a whole. It looked like an old hotel or something. It looked like old hotel room. You see how God don't like ugly? Ain't too crazy about pretty, but yeah, y'all messed up a good thing. What nobody was coming there breathing under their door, breathing down their backs. Yeah, they were mad. They lost all their sponsors. The Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs used to sponsor them. And when the Cubs came there one time, the man was like, "Who was that?" And the lady was like, "That's Angela." And he was just standing there, and I was just standing there because I didn't know what to say. I don't know anything about baseball, but it was awkward as hell. Cause I had left. I left and went to the store because I didn't want to be in there with all them. A lot of baseball players, they had their wives in there. Their wives was up in there. Like I was like, I walked in there. I was like, "Hey, everybody!" And then I saw they wives. Some of their wives was giving me the evil eye. I was like, let me get up out of here. I'm going to the store. I'll buy some. Do y'all need some refreshments? I end up buying like 4 cases of water, and they was peeking out the vines like, here she come, here she come. So one of them came out with the baseball players, and I was like, what's going on? He was standing there grinning, and I was just. Then he was like, here, this is for you. He gave me a little bag with like some Cubs socks in there. They had an Elmo bobblehead doll in there with yeah, yeah, yeah. They used to come there because they used to sponsor it. They used to come there and then they stopped. Look, all of a sudden they stopped the Cubs coming in. So when they stopped the Chicago Cubs coming in, they stopped funding the shelter. They came there like 3 times. And after that, they stopped it. They stopped them when they dude probably was asking about me, like, who is that girl? What's her story? Da, da, da. And then by them keeping me there so long, they probably was like, we just can't keep letting him come back here and see her in there. And I guess when they stopped letting them come to the thing, because one thing about police officers and one thing about professional athletes, they love kids. They actually have charities that they start or they donate or sponsor charities. When they told them cuz that they can't come no more, they stopped sponsoring that motherfucking shit. And I said they stopped letting them come there because they didn't want them to see me there for 18 months. They would have been like, what are y'all doing with our money? Why is this girl still here? So, man, I'm telling you, them was some demons, man. The police used to come there all the holidays, like Christmas, and bring Christmas presents. Let me see. The cough. I have noticed that. Let me go back and read some of these comments. I'm sorry if I'm just yapping and not reading out shit. Facts. Pack animal. Or clear sandal slides are perfect for the summer. Um, yeah, but what you need to do, I'm sorry, I'm gonna read everybody comment, but I get sidetracked. I'm gonna answer y'all questions. She said it's clear sandal slides perfect for the summer. What you do with clear slides, like jelly slides or like the clear plastic sandals, this is what you do to loosen them up because that plastic gets hard and it does hurt your feet initially. So what I want you to do is to get some rubbing alcohol, rub both sides of the straps so it could loosen up and it can become pliable because that plastic mixed with that hot heat, it'll hard make that plastic hard and it will tear your feet up. That's all I got to say about that. Um, I have noticed that they do a lot of throat clearing. The demons in them can't wait to pounce. Okay, the coughing, I noticed that I can leave out, listen, I can leave out. They know the sound of my keys here. Don't you know how you have the girly keys and the shingling keys? I'm gonna tell you everything. A lot of these things I shouldn't be telling y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all because a lot of people might go through it. I had a lot of keychains on my keys, a lot of shingling things, a lot of telltale signs that it might not be nobody that want to harm you, but it be you do be having weird motherfuckers that want to see you leave out and walk. You know, I got that little walk and that little switch to me and shit. So what I notice is every time they hear me pick up my keys, I see somebody in the hallway type shit. Like, and I know they're there because they only heard my keys. Like, that was a telltale sign. Like, ain't she finna come out? She finna leave out because we heard her. Plus, it's in that that tin thing, and you can hear it like ding, so they can hear it. So I started taking a lot of my keychains off. So that was a telltale sign that everybody could hear. Another thing I noticed is when I leave out in the hallway, one man a cough, my other neighbor would get up and start looking through the peephole. That's why I had that thing, that little fuzzy bear thing right there on my peephole, because you can actually see through peepholes. Another thing I have the fans, like don't you know the fans in the bathroom? I have those covered up too. People are weird, just weird. Another thing I do is the little chime on your car, it sounds different. Your horn sounds different. You don't never let nobody know when you pull up to your car. I let ching 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 ding ding. If somebody then somebody don't have to wait by the window to see you. They know when they hear you lock your car. All you getting out your car, all you gotta do is look out the window. It's a way you can program your car to just lock and omit that noise. Take that noise off. You don't need to let no motherfucker know when you going to your house. And people be popping them. Like popping them two, three times. I took that motherfucking noise. I start no, I left mine on there, but what I started doing is getting close to my door and turning around, popping it. So by the time they run to the window, they'll be like, damn, where she gone? Where she at? Fuck somebody man up. Fuck some. It be people out here that be targeted individuals. It be people out here that be targeted. People be watching them, reporting, trying to get a schedule of your times. Probably people know when you finna come out, when you going in. People knew when I be out there waiting on my son from the school bus. It's like everybody will be out there. Everybody out there all of a sudden trying to see what the fuck they trying to see what the fuck you got going on, how you look, if they gonna catch you off your square, if they gonna catch you looking crazy, what you just got on, what she got on today, what she got going on today. It's weird people out here in this world. But yeah, I used to leave out. I leave out now. You gonna hear one man cough. You gonna hear my neighbor run to his motherfucking people. That's why when I walk in here, I let the door close. I don't ever walk in and turn around. and clothes, and he be mad at the motherfucker. Like, I don't never see her face. I turn with my back to the door, open it, let Samaja go in, and when we both come in, I let the door close by itself and lock it. He probably be watching me, waiting on me to turn around so he can see me through. But yeah, weird shit. People is weird. Like you wouldn't understand it if you're not going through it. Some people will listen to what I'm saying and be like, Angie crazy. Ain't nobody going through that. But it's people actually out here going through what I'm saying. And yeah, when they cough, they letting other people know. It's they want you sleep deprived. They want you going crazy. They want you down there schizophrenic, and they want your nervous system to be off whack. But see, when they fucking with somebody like me, I know I'm like white on rice. They can't get to me. I'm always calm, cool, and collective. They just can't get to me. Can't fuck with. Then I don't mess with nobody. Another thing, they'll send somebody at you to take one for the group, or you gone in, and that's when they send like phony ass, hopeless romantic shit way. People just playing the part, being phony, future faking because they know that you want the titles. Some people will send people at you because she want the title of a boyfriend. She want the title of a husband. When you get content of not giving a fuck about none of that, you'll be a better person because people will try to sum you up and say she wants somebody, she needs somebody. It looks like she's lonely. It looks like she's longer for somebody. So you gone in and infiltrate her space and take one for the team. Find out as much as you can from about her and her past as you come back and report to the masses. Yeah, that's just. But see, they know they can't fuck with me. Oh, that girl don't fuck. That dude don't talk. Say nothing. You can't figure her out. She's mysterious. She's secretive. She got it under control. We ain't never saw her out there pulling her head out, her hair out, dragging down the walls, crying about her son. You know, people who have kids with autism, they've been fucking cracked up. What she got going on? Kind of system she, yeah. So I'm skilled at a lot of shit that's fucking making their head go, go for a loop. We never heard him. Do we have tantrums? You know, some autism kids, they'd be up in here tearing shit up. They'd be holding the walls, tearing up TVs and everything. But they just can't believe that I got it together and I make it look easy. Yeah. That's like I told you about his speech teacher talking about, I ain't going to keep these. I'm going to check her next Sunday. You're being targeted. I don't think so. And if I was, I don't care. I don't got nothing going on. So targeting me for what? For my brain? For the information I got? Probably. For my IQ. I do got a high IQ now. I may not be an electrician. I probably could figure the light switches out and extension cords not because I'm not a motherfucking electrician, you know, or a maintenance person. But my IQ is kind of high. A lot of shit I know, I will never tell. My daddy was in the military intelligence. I do know a lot of shit now, but I won't never tell a lot of shit that I know because I probably would become a TI. But hey, what what they don't what they don't scare me. That make me feel powerful. Shit, that intimidates some people. Some people be fucking in they house. Miss Mary, no, Matt, Matt. No, they probably be like she's still talking shit and swallowing spit. She's still living a good life. Targeted people be scared and paranoid. They be like UFOs, unidentified objects. I don't let none of that shit. bother me. Everything good tonight, Black Mama. Yeah. Angie, this is really scary. You are exposing real. Shut up. A nationwide cult. You are exposing. I ain't exposed. I'm just. It's it's way deeper than. It's way deeper than the stuff I talked about. Trust and believe me. I ain't said the stuff that I could say and I want to say. I'm not for real. So I bet they got other moms to fake friend you. No, listen, listen. They probably thought they was gonna get other moms to fake friend me. Remember when I just told you when I went there to heal, to get my mind right. I didn't go in there and wanted to look like what I've been through. I didn't go in there to trauma bond with another mom and say, "Oh, I understand you. That happened to me too. Ooh, girl, that happened to me, you too. Let's exchange numbers." No, I walked away from everybody, but I treated everybody nice there. I hugged everybody, told they ass to keep your head up. Don't let these people get to you. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't want your number. You can't come in my apartment. I don't want to come in your apartment. You can't get in my whip. I don't want to get in your whip. I ride past you, hump, hey, you good? Keep your head up. I see you looking sad. They couldn't send no other moms at me because they knew I understood that I wasn't even finna do that. They knew I was too smart for that. We can't even send no ally. We can't send nobody to infiltrate. We can't send nobody to get no information. We can't send nobody to pick up brain. They knew I was too smart for that. They didn't know what to fucking do. I told you I was fucking their head up. They didn't know what angle. It goes, damn, we can't even have nobody. And they tried. They was fighting. When I went to class every day, they had us go to class 5 days a week. Class 5 days a week. A cooking class, a sewing class, a knitting class, an art class. It was some shit like hypnotizing. They want you to sit and listen to this man and slip out the self-conscious and the conscious and the unconscious. But I was too smart for that. I was too smart for that. I was too smart. I was sitting there closing my eyes, but I wasn't listening to do the voice. I always had my earpiece on, listen to some motherfucking music, unbeknownst to them. So I wasn't really finna concentrate on dude voice and slip under because I knew that's what they didn't want to fuck nobody with nobody head up in there. They didn't want to pick nobody brain in there. All that was for me because when I didn't show up to that class or I was late for that class, they was calling me like, "Where you at, bro?" I'm not gonna never sit there and let nobody hypnotize me. Oh, y'all thought about the class not called being hypnotized. I didn't recognize what y'all was doing. Yeah, I sit and relax. First, they had you loosen up, standing out your chair, doing this when we first came in class. Bending over, that's to get you loose. That's to get you loose. Sit back in your chair, get in a comfortable spot, and then hit the tape. And you'll hear a man talking. That's when I'll reach him. I'll be listening to Nicki Minaj. Be like, yeah, she crazy. Be still. I'll be like, oh, okay. Everybody, look, I'm opening my eyes. Everybody rapping it. Yeah, they couldn't get me. They can't get me. I knew if they didn't want to pick nobody brain in there, they wanted to pick my brain. What the fuck I look like sitting there letting somebody hypnotize me? Is y'all cool? Y'all could have wiped my motherfucking memory. I'm sitting up in there like, who I am? Who am I? She said, and three, two, one. Everybody's supposed to open their head. My eyes already open. Lady, I'm not doing this every single time. 18 months ago, shit. Once a week. Yeah. The lot I ain't exposed shit because like I said, it's a million and one things that was going up on up in there. You'll be like, what? And they put you, they listen, they they want you to get counseling once a week, therapy once a week, like a counselor, therapy, all that shit, man. Man, listen, I know that shit upside down. I know that shit inside out. I know how to get a motherfucker 2 year, 3 year, or forever housing. Straight up. I'm a professional at all that shit. It's certain shit you gotta do, it's certain shit you got to say. Straight up. That's why some of them get it and be gone, and some of them linger around there, and some of them get their walking papers and get up out of there. It's certain shit you gotta do, and it's certain shit you gotta say. That's why you think the people that they pick who they want to pick, depending on what you say. No, I ain't want to be friends with none of them up in there, cause they was gonna send somebody at me to be my friend to virtually find out how much I knew what was going on about it. Go befriend Angela and see what she say about us. They want to know if I knew. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I knew. People, please hit the like up and share and live and put the bell on. People, please share from YouTube and IG and Facebook. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brian. Angie will block you if you comment without hitting the like button. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. But I'm telling you, I know. I heard my baby get up and walk, child. I know a lot of secrets because I'm telling you, it's all in who you know and what you know, and you got to get far away from that shit as possible. I didn't want to be in close proximity. That's why I left Chicago. That's why you see. That's why I got out of Chicago because I didn't want they ass to be able to hit in any computer. Bam. Once you out of Chicago, out of that school district, out of CPS, out of the suburbs don't let you tap into that shit like that. Suburbs don't let you tap. I don't give a fuck who you know. You're not tapping in no shit in the suburbs. Police 12 is different from the CPD. That's why you see I got the fuck out of Chicago because I ain't want now one of them bitches to be able to tap, 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 tap. Damn. They can't tap into no shit in the suburbs. They can't bribe nobody in the suburbs. They don't play that shit out here. So I had to get far the fuck away from them as possible. Period. That's all the way hit the light. Like any live I go in, bro. People, like Golden Beauty, thank you. I think you will do good as a case manager, and you should write a book. I can't stop listening. I supposed to be sleep. I supposed to be sleep. um, do you see how much the only thing about writing a book is I probably would be targeted if I choose to write a book. If I choose to expose my son's father. Even if I talk about my ex, somebody will get mad like, why are you still talking about him? Because that was a part of my life. There's something, I'm not saying his first name, his last name, his middle name. I'm just saying my ex or somebody's father. You feel what I'm saying? People will get mad. Narcissists hate, hate to be exposed. They always want you to walk away looking like you was the problem. You are the problem, Angie. You always been the problem. This is your fault. This is your fault. And they want you to walk away, put your tail between, tuck your tail between your legs, and don't talk about it. And they want to move on with their life and move and monkey branch from relationship to relationship, and all it means to prove that you're the fucked up person, not them. You see, it's nothing wrong with me because I moved on with my life as she should and stopped talking about it. I have too, but I feel like I can talk about it because that was a part of my life. That I feel like that was my testimony. But I get the hate coming from how dare you talk about us? How dare you tell the world? Some abusers believe that what goes in your house stay supposed to stay in your house. If I beat your ass in the house, don't go down the street telling neighbors, don't go to your church telling your pastor, don't go to school telling your classmates and your teachers. Narcissists, when they inflict pain on you, they believe that the abuse supposed to stay inside the house. You're not supposed to go out running them up, talking about it. As long as you walk away and you don't tell nobody, they feel like they won. I won. We shut her up. We shut her up for good. So nobody's gonna believe you. It's nobody. You sound weird. You sound crazy. They want your ass to be that shit crazy. So won't nobody believe you. Some things right, some things are left that are left unsaid. Yeah, I'm not gonna say a whole lot of shit that I wouldn't step in there. Angie, is your light. You have overcome a lot, but your light is powerful and bright. And it's the thing that I think is the target is strong term. They want to be you so bad. I really think what you're saying is true. I feel like even if I walk around with a paper bag, I can put a garbage bag on. I feel like people will recognize me everywhere I go. People don't look at me. It's like they look through me. The way people just look at me and not be like, oh my, you know. I used to get mad. I used to get mad when I used to go places and I used to like, I just don't want nobody looking at me. And my friends used to be like, can't stop nobody looking at your ugly tail self. And but he was it's something in me that they see, and it's don't be my beauty, it don't be the skin color, it don't be the hair, it don't be the jewelry, it don't be the clothes. It's something that's inside emulating out. And I feel like I always had it and I just didn't know I had it. Now I have it and I'm trying to protect it. I'm trying to safeguard it. Um, Everybody is drawn to me. When I go outside, the birds be right there. Birds be right there. Dogs, cats, rats, babies. When they look at me, they just be like, and their mama be like, stop looking. They can't. Something about me, even the way my son looks at me, the way my son looks at me, is not that I'm his mommy, it's not that I'm pretty, it's something that he sees in me. And when I tell you, I know that what he see in me, he tries very, 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 very hard. He tries for me so hard. How's your day going? It's going good. Now that I'm talking to y'all gonna make me cry, man. Damn. Bitch, I will cry. Then I'm gonna wake up to my damn eyelids gonna be fat as hell from crying. You see through the bullshit I do, and I don't want to see it. I don't. Before I went to that shelter, I didn't see it. I felt it. I'm gonna say before I went to that shelter, a lot of a lot of stuff that I was around, I felt it. I felt it in my gut. I felt it. You know how they used to be like, it's butterflies in your stomach? Them don't be butterflies. That be your discernment. And you always go against the grain. You always go against the grain. I always felt some shit and I get up out that jam. Like when I felt it, I never went nowhere because I was bored. I wanted something to do. If I felt like it was gonna be a chance that anybody was there that wasn't gonna like me, I wasn't going because I don't know if the person who was inviting me, if y'all was joining forces and be like, yeah, I'm the one could trick her there. I'm the one could get there. I always had discernment. And before I went to the shelter, the discernment turned into I can feel it, like the energy. I can walk in the room and I'd be like, boop, 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 boop. And people will know if I feel it, then they'll start getting out my way. They'll start put. Some people won't even look at me eye to eye. Some people will hold their head down. And I'll be like, damn, look, what's wrong? They'll be checking out the whole time, down, down. 54, 41. I go around some people, they'll be nervous, knocking over shit, dropping shit, trying to hurry up and get away from me. That'll be them demons. I know what it is now. At first, I'll be like, yeah, what's up, baby? You like me, don't you? Nervous around me? No. I'm glad I went through that because now I know what it is. I'm not letting I'm not letting my pride or my ego cloud none of that. It is what it is. And I got discernment and I feel it. And once you pick up that, things will never be the same. Things will never be the same. People will be mad that you know. Damn, I can't even come with her. I can't even tell her no sad sob story to get her because she dope, man. She up on game. She up on game. Because people are looking for you to be like emotions. They looking for you to be predictable for one, because they didn't watch you. They didn't watch you like an animal stalks its prey. I know, because I learned her mannerisms. I know what make her laugh, what make her smile, or what make her cry. So we know to do A, B, and C, and she gonna react. She gonna lash out. She gonna crash up. See, stop being a predictable ass person, and they can't get you. They won't know how to get you because they don't know how your brain operates. But yeah, they'll try to get you. Let's go, beautiful. Y'all go. Then thank you. Angie, see you later. Good night. I'm finna get ready to get up out of here. I'm finna read the rest of these comments. Angie understands every assignment. Pretty much I do. Thank you. Thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, so you elaborated and I'm even more scared now, child. 5 days a week classes and hypnotizing. Oh yeah, you just motivated me to stay focused and to never deal with a narcissist again. Yeah, them be women narcissists. There be women narcissists. Um, it be women narcissists. I'm not gonna say that every shelter make you go to classes 5 days a week, but they will make you seek counseling. They will make you seek therapy. They will try to control you by making you go outside, even if it's an all day shelter. They'll punish you by saying you got to leave out every day. They'll just do weird shit. I don't really want to get into all the weird shit they'll do, but I want you to know if you in this situation, stay strong and just reach out to me if you need my help, because it's like a roller coaster, baby, for real. Um, the counselor is probably messed up in the brain. A lot of people with degrees are not called to be in their field. You're right, Miss Beauty. I'm finna tell you this. I don't even think she had a degree, because my degree, when I showed her I got another degree in here. If just like I have a degree and somebody showed me their degree, I will be able to tell if your degree real or not just off my two degrees. When I showed her the degree, she was like, "Can I make a copy of it?" I said, "No, you can't make a copy of my degree." I said, "I really don't want you to touch it." She said, "Why? You think I'm gonna mess it up?" I say, "I don't want you to touch it. Period. You don't have to make a copy of my degree." She said, "You think I'm gonna mess it up?" That's when you look. That's when. That's when it wasn't even about that. What I look like giving her my degree for her to walk out the room with, to probably wipe her ass on, make a copy out of it. She always in my room and switched my real one out for a fraudulent one. Cause she called the director up after I showed everybody. Everybody was like, "Congratulations, da 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 da." If she had a degree, she wouldn't have told the director my degree was real. And they called all the women up there from the women's board, and they called me out my room and they told me to bring my degree. So when I walked in the conference room, I'm seeing all the prominent women that got like stock in that shelter. I'm like, why is all these people here? And the director held my degree up. She said, "No, this is real. This came from the Board of Education. You see that seal?" My case manager stumped out the room. That bitch probably ain't have a degree, because she would have knew mine was real. It was authentic. Do you think I gave a fuck about them people to the point where I could have got took to jail? That's some illegal, fraudulent, fugazi, flippery ass shit. Flaging. I got pictures from when I graduated from college. My cousin that be on here, she was there when I graduated. My mama and my daddy was there. They just did a degree audit and saw that I could get two if I took two additional classes, statistics and something else. And I was cool with the first director. She had already signed off for me to go to the school. So they paid for two. Like, now, like, what are you talking about? But I never could tell my case manager. She didn't never know I was going to school. That's why when she kept trying to get me to get a job and go work at the hotel and clean the toilets, I said, no, that's not gonna be my plan, because she got money from that. They get money from sending them women out there to them hotels. And furthermore, you weren't finna have me in there cleaning a hotel room up, and a man walked in the room on me and I'm cleaning and then fuck around and can't get out that room because he on some freaky weird ass shit. A lot of women that work at the hotel rooms, you know how probably they done probably got raped, assaulted, in there cleaning their rooms, and the man that came in there drunk, like, and they probably, excuse me, I'm not cleaning. They like, no, they close your ass in the rooms. And I say, I'm not even that type. You got me fucked up. If you think I'm finna be, no, it's all type, no. But I was going to school. So Yeah, that bitch probably ain't even had no degree. She probably got that by the skin of her teeth. She probably was in that motherfucker. A lot of them let me tell you something. A lot of them case managers that be at the shelters, they was the ones there. They were once in that predicament, and they got where I am and said I want to go back and help these women from the bottom of my heart. So, and they probably got like cool with the people in there and said, well, you can't work at the shelter you lived at, but we'll send you to another location. That's how it worked. Like if I wanted to go back, they wouldn't hire me at the one I was at. They'll hire me at another one. Thank you for the gift. But yeah, that lady probably ain't even had no degree because once you got your degree, you know how they what to look for on there. And she was mad than a motherfucker once they held it up. And then look, everybody was in suspense. Look, everybody was in suspense. The director said it's real. Everybody started cheering. Look, they brought out the cake. I was like, man, get my degree. I don't want that cake. They're like, you sure? No, bitch. What the fuck is y'all on? She, you heard the whole building shake once the lady said, it's real. Lady, what are you talking about? I still got the program from my college where it got everybody name in there and what degree and what certificates they got. Is lady, is you cool? Like, is you cool? Only reason I didn't have a graduation is I ain't had nobody to watch Samaj. I ain't want to pay no fees. I already had walked across the stage. Plus, it was a tradition at the college I went to. They make you walk around the whole building. I ain't want to go through that. I ain't want to go through that, child. Just give me your number. Yes, don't need to talk about family. Yes, don't need to talk about family, please. I'm not. You're fine, thank you. You're giving these narcissists hell. Not yet. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. Listen, I'm not giving these narcissists hell because a lot of dirty ass shit they really do in life, I haven't exposed. I haven't talked about. They do a lot of lying, cheating, stealing, bogus ass shit that don't nobody talk about. That ain't nobody gonna talk about. Dirty, underhanded ass shit. They are the worst of the worst. They'll sell you a motherfucking car and took the whole motherfucker what is the odometer off that motherfucking car. It had 200,000 miles on there. They'll put a new odometer in and say 60,000. You shoot dice with their ass, you better have a hammer because you bust them dice open, they got lead in there. Them motherfuckers are the worst of the worst. They lie, cheat, steal, throw rocks, and hide their hands. And a lot of the shit they be doing is gonna catch up with their motherfucking ass. So I ain't told not even 2 points of the million shit I know they be doing. They are big liars, future fakers, and they spot people out. They don't want the weak. They want the strong. They're not looking for the weak. They want the strong. So eventually one day they can stand over your ass and say, I did that. I did that. I drove her to that point. I got the best of her. I broke her down. I humbled her. I made her commit suicide. Angie, don't forget we are external beings, so you are known by your spirit more so than you look. You are powerful, Angie. I love you, sister. I love you too, Miss Beauty. Let it out. It's healing. I started crying because somebody, you know what I'm saying? Hello, hello. How is everything? Fine. We love you, Angie. I love y'all too. And shout out to my mods, Dex. I don't know what Scotty motherfucking here say, but I got some words for him. Cause you know what? Y'all always be here for me. Y'all always uplift me, and y'all always protect me. And I want to shout out to my new subscribers, my old subscribers. We got deep today, man. We got deep today. Like Samaje went to sleep right on time. Like, cause I wasn't even gonna go live. I swear to God, I wasn't gonna go live for real. But I guess everything was meant to be. Do you want? Do you want this gift? What gift? I don't know. They don't let me put like gift. You know how other people live and they let them put their gift gallery up or what they want. They don't child. They don't let me do it. They don't want me do it. But thank y'all for the gifts, all my gifters. You're pretty though. Thank you. Our sister has all the love she can want and need from us. She is such an amazing person. If these narcissists do not impact her awesome spirit, they really only made her powerful. They activated me, baby. Activate, activate, Let me stop playing. And I did all this without drinking no coffee. Okay? Not drinking no coffee. Your energy is too high for low vibers. I don't like low vibration shit. I don't like it. I always want people to be, you know, I, even if y'all pay attention to when I go into stores now, people just be laughing and kicking and hey girl, and I be like, hey, and give me a hug. Pay attention if you my subscribers now, cause I take y'all to stores and y'all will see a difference when I enter the room and people will just be laughing, screaming and kicking and and I be like, damn, y'all was just down and out. Y'all was just ready to clock out. Y'all was worried about put y'all pink slip in. I walked in here, they like, hey, I be like, hey, I like it. Shit, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. I like that. And just you have more journey to go. You will level up again and again. Get ready. I'm learning so much from this. Yeah, I got a long way to go. And my son is 30 years old. Child, I got a 27-year-old and a 7-year old. I'm 61 years. Let me let me stop. Let me stop playing. I really love Angie. She is the truth. She has laid everything on the line for her channel nonstop. Respect always. Oh, I love you. She wanted to Photoshop your degree to make it her own. Wow. I believe that. I'm starting to believe it. That bitch said, let me go make a copy of it. Who makes a copy of somebody's degree? When you go on a job interview, they don't say, oh, give me your degree. No, they don't do that. Who makes a copy of somebody's motherfucking degree? That's why when she said it, I said no. She said, you scared I'm gonna mess it up? I said no. I didn't want that bad karma, that bad juju, that bad energy attached to my degree. Because if I give it to you, who I don't know if you in the copy room, then wiped it up your ass. Here you go, here you go, Angie. I made a copy of it. No, bitch. I knew if I know you're a rotten, scandal, dirty dog. And I'm telling you what you just did with it. Spit on. I don't want that energy attached to my degree. That's why I ain't keep none of my important papers in that room. I ain't keep none of my jewelry on. You know how you take your jewelry off? I slept, washed, bathed, showered, and my chain ain't never messed up. I knew not to ever take it off because I didn't never want to leave in the morning and say, dang, I forgot my chain. And here she go, going to the jeweler, take them VDSs out, put some labs in there. Put some labs in there. Take the I ain't trust them, and they was mad that they couldn't. And then you know what they started saying when they knocked on the door? They said, Angie, I see you always ready. You stay ready. Huh. So you won't have to get ready. They just wanted to just catch me off guard. Baby, I was sleep deprived, and now I was like, they was always knocking the door. Room check, come on in. They used to be like, ain't nobody house that clean. If somebody house that clean, they got a mental problem. My house is clean because y'all gave me somewhere to stay, and I'm showing a token of my appreciation by keeping y'all space clean. I have to live here. My son has to live here. Why wouldn't I keep my apartment clean? Plus, if my shit a mess and it's junky and it's all over the place, y'all can steal stuff because y'all are coming here and steal for sure because y'all think I want to miss it because the place is in shambles. Don't think I don't know what y'all up to, but I'm just a clean person. Plus, when you have kids with autism, they got a little bit of OCD too. They got rituals that they do. You know how they line stuff up and they want stuff in certain places. So I had a child too that was like, man, I don't want to be living on nasty stuff. They see you sweep them up and they'll sweep them up. Autistic child, yeah, if they see you do it enough times, they'll do it. Mhm. So it wasn't about me being so clean. It was about that I knew that y'all was trying to sneak in here and go through my shit and steal shit. And y'all was mad because y'all couldn't never catch me off guard. That's what it was. But they was doing little shit like they broke my curlers. Like the lady had said something about my curlers, and I was like, damn, my curlers is kind of old. So I had went on and bought me some T3s. I ain't had them T3s a week. I come back, my curl is broke, brand new, at the box. Had the clicker thing, I can't even open it wide. They did something to break it. I said, I ain't even had these clippers a week, but the old ones, like, I done had them for 5 years. Now all of a sudden they say, Angie, you want some new curlers for Christmas? I said, no, I'll get them myself. Order me some T3s. You know how much some curlers cost? I ain't even have them a week. I'm trying to curl my hair. The mouth for the curlers won't even open up no more. I still got them. The white ones I be curling my hair with. I said they came in here and broke them. They some dirty. They was dirty. Listen, they noticed that when I drunk out of water, like say if I was drinking out of this water, and it was about right here. When I left out my room, I throw it away. I wouldn't drink it. They start asking me in class, Angie, you must think somebody gonna poison you. I say, no, why y'all say that? They like, no reason. No, no, baby. It had to be a reason. Y'all noticing that just like at the club, never leave your drink unattended, never leave your drink open and come back to the bar. So I'm gonna treat this like the club. I'm gonna treat this like the street. If I leave up out of here and I know y'all be rambling in my room, what makes you think that y'all won't put in? I'm not drinking that. I'm throwing it in the way. It's 40 waters or 24 waters coming a pack. I wouldn't dare walk back up in there and drink it. If y'all weren't up to nothing, y'all wouldn't suspect nothing. But what would y'all ask me about poisoning? Bro, I know what y'all up to. Fuck. Y'all might put something in there and make me spaz out. They be talking about take her out of here, take her to the crazy house. Then I'm up in the asylum in that motherfucker because they done signed me in for 3, 4 days. I come out, I don't know where my son at because they just sent him to social services. They would have got my Mercedes. I had a Mercedes Benz truck. They probably would have got that told. Then they probably been like, we didn't know what was wrong with you. We packed up all your shit and threw it away. No. But see, I was too swift on my feet for them. They couldn't get me. Our love is like Walmart. Hell no. Uh-uh. Our love is not like no Walmart. All them big ass hard shit lights. I get anxiety just thinking about Walmart. Them it's something to them lights, bro. It's something in the air. Have you ever noticed everybody in Walmart be angry than a motherfucker? Fat, walking fast. You step on somebody toe in Walmart, you gonna get in a fist fight. No, no, change that around. Our love is like uh something else. The Cheesecake Factory or some shit. Fuck no, not Walmart. I don't know if it's the air in there, the lights in there. No. Hmm. No, it's too hostile in there. Our love is not hostile. Our love is delicate. Okay. Our love is like suave, like cunning. Coy, modest. Walmart, that's too low vibrational for me, bro. Just the energy in there. They be giving me a knockdown, drag out fight. No, I don't know. It got to be the lights. Damn. You look 30. I am in my 30s. You know I ain't no fucking 61. Y'all can't take a joke now. Come on now. Y'all know damn well I ain't no 61. I always say that. Hi Angie, lovely, cute, gorgeous face, hair, makeup, outfit, glasses. Hey, I don't have no makeup on though. Only wear makeup on Fridays. Okay, the dryer stopped. Damn, we've been on live for a while. The dryer didn't stop. Okay, dang. Hi. Sup, woman. Like and subbed after reading your description, and if and a fellow human in here to follow your journey. Okay, Mr. Michael. 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 Thank you for the follow. How are you? I'm good. Hey, Angie, the Bible says that broad is the road of many, narrow is the pathway of the chosen one, who is destined for eternal life. Some call it being a misfit, but it's actually a blessing. Oh, I say that instead of saying bitch. I don't want to say the B word, child. Hey, even though it's a female dog. I was talking about a female dog, okay? Don't shadow ban me. We try. I was shadow banned for a while. I was shadow banned for a while too. People don't know you can get shadow banned on YouTube, but you can get shadow banned on YouTube. Chat. They're telling on themselves. Could you have left decoy items at the shelter, then have a suitcase that you left in your car with your real stuff? Let me tell you what they did. See, y'all gonna have me up all night, man. Okay, let me tell y'all what y'all. Let me show you. Let me tell you what they did. The room. Let me see if I can go back and find one of my old videos to show you how big the room is. Almost left, almost left somebody a voice note. Me talking about the people in the office share. Y'all have to go back through my videos, like back. I'll show you exactly how the loan was made. Like back, like back, like back. Y'all have to go all the way back, back in the yards of my videos, like all the way back. Let me see. Sleep time. Don't tell me this my this. You'll have to go all the way back. But look, this is how they mess you up in the shelter real fast. All my important papers I kept in my car. I knew not to get no packages delivered there. All my important mail I kept in my car. I didn't get no mail there towards the end, because the apartment complex, the only one knew my address. So they sent it there because I knew if I had to send anywhere else, I wasn't gonna get it. They had a clothing room and they had a food room. Clothing room, they took you downstairs once a month. You got clothes, so your closet was full of clothes. Now those clothes that I got from the shelter, they're in a storage. I'm still paying $71, child, on the storage. But I didn't want to bring them things to my house because I didn't want to get in my house and get sad and be like, those are the Hudson boots that I got from the clothing room. Those are this. But some stuff I did bring here. They wanted you to fill your room up with so much stuff from downstairs in the clothing room. They want you to actually forget about the stuff that you already had or the stuff that you bought while you in there, brand new. So all my important papers I kept in my truck, kept my truck locked. You just got to move different when you're in there. If you can get a storage, get a storage. I advise you get a safety deposit box. Keep your jewelry, keep your important papers. Of course, they're gonna need your social security card. Another thing my case manager was doing, she was constantly running my credit down, unbeknownst to me. I didn't know it until the end, but I told you I was building my credit up. So when you keep running somebody credit and do it hard, pull on somebody's credit, it lowers your score. It lowers your score. You constantly checking your credit, it lowers your score. It lowers your score. My case manager, she kept running my credit because she was trying to be nosy and see how the fuck I was eating, how the fuck I was surviving, how the fuck I was buying my shit. So she wanted to see what was all on my credit. That's why she was running my credit. But then towards the end, I had still beat her out on game because my shit was out the ballpark and it was just enough to get an apartment. Because I think they want you to have like a 650 and up to get an apartment. So she ran my shit down like 113 points, but it was still up enough for when they ran my credit, I could still get an apartment if you get what I'm saying. So you have to move a certain way. Like if you have any valuables, you have anything of value, do not keep at that shelter. You only have to not work out. You have to look out for the workers and the other moms. Other moms come in your room, y'all chopping it up. When you turn your head, they'll steal some shit. Y'all end up getting a fight. You'll end up getting put out of there. Watch your back. You have to move really strategically when you live in the shelter. They are not your friends. They are not your friends. They are not your friends. Even the people that work there, do not let your guard down. Do not cry to them. Do not look pitiful because the more you look like a sad little puppy, the more they're going to mistreat your motherfucking ass. They will act like they're going to help you. They will act like they feel sorry for you. They will act like they have a heart, but they are some of the biggest demons and devils that you ever will run across in the industry. Yeah, you can have a suitcase with your real stuff. Don't keep it there. Keep it at a real family member on the outside. Keep it at your grandma's house. You get your grandma. Keep it at the auntie house, at your auntie house, in the attic, in the basement, in the crawl space, in her room, in the back of the closet. Go in there and it's just act like you're visiting her. And when she go to the bathroom, go to your car and put that shit in the back of your closet. She won't even know. It's ways you can do shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep it there. They're gonna go through your stuff. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. They're gonna go through your stuff. They're gonna have room checks. They not gonna tell you when they gonna come knock on you. They gonna creep and sneak. You ain't gonna hear no footsteps, no clipboards. They gonna call DCFS on you. Everybody in there had a DCFS case, but me. They knew they can't fuck with me because I kept my son clean. I cut his hair. He has autism, so he goes to 5 and 6 doctors, therapists, OT, DT, speech. So they knew I had a trail of professional people behind me and said, "Oh hell no, Angie, Angie, get her son what she need." You know what I'm saying? So everybody in there had a DCFS case, and it's fucked up. But they're gonna call DCFS on you. It's just the way to go. You think they? I'm telling you, they will. It's sad the way they do. They was doing them women. Cheesecake Factory, love. Yeah. Steak 48. Yeah. It's 6/24, your birthday. Um, like, is that my page name? Like Angie 6/24? No. My birthday is December 19th. I was born in December. I'm a Sagittarius. Where are you from? I'm from Chicago. Hello, much love from Alabama. Hey, Bama. What y'all got going on in Alabama? They love bomb you like a narcissist. Wow. Hold on, let me go back. I want to read this. They love bomb you like a narcissist. Wow. You could leave in their clothes, go change and change back to their clothes. The whole thing about it is they do love bomb you like a narcissist. They do that to put your for you to put your guard down. Once your guard is down, they attack you with little minute miniature things that you wouldn't even suspect. It'd be stuff, slight stuff that you wouldn't even suspect. They'll play mind games like they'll tell you, "Oh, you look tired. Oh, don't you get tired of not? Don't you want time to yourself to go get your hair done and your nails done? They make you feel bad about being in shelter and like floss. Like they love on me. When I first got there, what did my case manager? I still got the first gift my case manager gave me. She gave me some Chanel lip gloss for my birthday. She gave me Chanel. I still got it. She gave me a purse. She gave me something else. That was the love bombing stage. That was the draw me in, the pull me in. Angela, I'm here to help you. Angela, I got your back. Angela, you're self-sufficient. You're not like all the other moms. When I ask you for something, it's like Johnny on the spot. You always got it. You always, yeah. They love bomb you. Yeah, they do. And end up stabbing your ass in the back. You say you could leave in your clothes and then go change and then change back to their clothes. Let me tell you something about that. Just because you're in the shelter, that don't mean you have to look like what you're going through. I was still in there with my dresses, still in there with my jewelry, still in there. I think I wore my hair, my real hair, when I was there. If you go back in my videos, when I had the mohawk, not yeah, the mohawk, and then I cut it to a mullet. That's when I was in the shelter. If you go back, I wore my real hair. I believe what she was doing was putting in something in my shampoo because every time I washed my hair went from being all the way down my back to it being to this length, and it just stopped breaking and getting brittle. I don't perm my hair, I don't color my hair, none of that. I was just flat ironing every day and washing it every 2 weeks. And I believe she was putting something in my shampoo to make my hair come out because it was just shedding. Every time I cut it, I mean, every time I comb it or brush it, it was just shedding. So that's when I actually started back wearing wigs when I was there. But when I was, the whole time I was there, I was wearing my hair. And I believe that bitch was putting something in my shampoo because she just kept gifting me shampoos, just kept gifting me shampoos. And every time I washed my hair with it, my hair break off and it just got short. It went from being like this, I could touch my hair, to all the way right here. You can watch the videos how my hair just started falling out. But the clothes, you can leave. This is what I will say about being there. Take advantage of everything they got to offer you. If you feel comfortable enough with wearing the clothes they give you, fine. But whatever they got up their sleeve for you, it don't matter if you wear your clothes or their clothes. Whatever they got up their sleeve for you, they gonna do it in your clothes or their clothes. If they don't like you, they don't like you. If they not gonna help you, excuse me, they not gonna help you. It was moms in there every 2 weeks they was going to get acrylic nails. It was moms in there going to sit in the African chair. I believe it was this one girl in there. She had every bit of 7 kids, and she stayed going to the Africans getting her hair braided. And I was like, damn, she kept some fresh. What is it when they plaits in our head? I don't know what the fuck they call it. The damn uh braid ends, add-ins, or whatever the fuck. She kept some fresh add-ins in her hair, and she had 7 kids up in there. She ain't cut none of the boys' hair. Uh, she ain't washed none of their hair. Every time they said they went in her room to do a room check, it was a hot mess. But she kept some $500, $400 birds in her head all the way down past her under her booty cheeks, baby. Yeah, there was some women in there. There was one girl in there. She had a Prada purse, a Prada, a Prada purse, a Burberry shopping bag. Baby, what? It was women up in there pulling up on the shelter. One girl, she went to go get her brand new. What was that? 2025. Another girl went to go get her a new car, and I say, hey, if they want to style and profile in the shelter and go get a 30, 40, $50,000 car, a loan for a car, that was their down payment on the house to get them and their kids out the shelter. They went to go get them 2025. It's yeah, excursion van. What was that Camry van? I say, damn. But she looking for them to find her housing. They found her housing too. I said that was the down payment on her house. Well, damn. Another girl went to go get a new car. Another girl stay. See, all my designer purses, I didn't wear none of my designer purses. I didn't wear none of my designer purses. And I put all my shit up. The purses I be wearing there, my shit was in the storage. I said I wasn't there with none of bring none of my purses up in there. My designer purses, my vintage purses. The most expensive purse I wore in there was a Marc Jacobs, and I had Coach, and they ain't even expensive. I said I know they ain't gonna sweat me over no Coach purse. I know they ain't gonna sweat me over no Marc Jacobs purse. But all my real expensive bags now, baby, I want to wear them. And now I put all my shit in storage. I ain't get my bags till I moved here. But If they not gonna help you, they're not gonna help you whether you wear your clothes or they clothes. They don't care. Once they got an end for you, they got a plan for you, you gonna walk up in there with shreds, bleach stains. You can say, I got one outfit and I'm gonna bring my kids three outfits apiece and keep them clean. If they don't like you, they don't like you. You just gonna be leaving there with a whole bunch of clothes that they let you go down there to the clothing room that you don't got nowhere to put. You gonna be homeless again. They be like, yeah, we made her feel good. We love bombed her. Now she got about she came here with no bags of clothes. Now she leaving here with 12 bags of clothes and she's still homeless. Go ahead and get her walking papers. Go ahead and give her exit papers. They gave me my exit papers. They called me in the office. They said, Angela, your last day here on campus will be June 16. I still got my letter. I still got the letter of 2025. I said, that's perfect. That's perfect. No, I think it was June 20th or June 25. I said, that's perfect. They looked at each other and said, why is that perfect? I said, because I'm leaving here June 16th. They said, for where are you going? You found a place? How? They thought they was gonna give me my exit papers and I was gonna be fucking homeless again. Unbeknownst to them, they say you gotta be out of here June 20th. I said, that's perfect. I'm leaving here June 16th. I went to go get me a hotel room at the extended stay from the 16th to July 1st of last year. I saved up a lot of money staying in. Made reservations. I booked it a month in advance, so it was way cheaper than it was supposed to. And if they extended stay, the more days you stay, the cheaper it get. I stayed there until July 1st came. My landlord called me and said, come pick up your keys, come sign your lease. Came here. They thought, and they said, you can come with us. We're moving locations. I said, no, y'all want that funding. They wanted that extra funding so my child having autism. They was getting funding up the ass for having a child there. They probably was lying getting all type of shit for that facility, lying on Samaj unbeknownst to me. Wait, I know this is extreme energy, but could they even be involved in kidnapping folks just thinking because, wow, they are toxic? Do you want me to go there? Do you want? Is this Mercedes? Please don't tell me this Mercedes. I feel like you this girl named Mercedes. But if you want me to tell you about this story about kidnapping, I will. There at the shelter. If you want me to tell you about this story about kidnapping, I will. For real. I had to go check on the kids. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this story about the kidnapping, right? Now, the shelter where we lived at, they didn't want none of the moms to talk to each other. We were not permitted to go in each other apartments. It was against the rules. We could not exchange numbers with each other. I ain't gonna say each other because I saw people getting in the car with each other. They didn't want nobody to talk to me. They didn't want nobody getting in the car with me. They didn't want nobody to come in my room. They didn't want nobody to befriend me because everybody else they was laughing and kiki, talking in the hallway, exchanging numbers, following each other on Facebook, da 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 da, and all that weird shit. They didn't want nobody to talk to me. But One day, when I used to go in class, everybody used to be like, Angie, come sit by me. Then they be like, Angie, come sit by me. Then I be like, damn, I ain't sitting by none of y'all. I'm sitting over here in the back. Whoever want to be by me, y'all come over here. Cause I ain't finna pick who Anyway, so the girl was like, Angie, I got the story. I don't want to freak you out though. I say the story about what? She said the story about why they don't want each other, nobody to go in each other's rooms. I say, tell me, I'm grown, I can handle it. You ain't gonna freak me out, girl. I'm from the streets. You know what I'm saying? From the west side of Illinois. You can't freak me out. So she like the story that they told me was it was a pregnant girl that supposedly lived at the shelter, and she went around and knocked on like three moms' doors and said, "Hey, let's go to the store." And the pregnant girl took the three moms there out road with them somewhere, and they came up missing. Everybody came up missing. I say, girl, so you mean to tell me a pregnant mom knocked on three mothers, gathered up three moms there, and they just disappeared off the face of the earth? It wasn't on the news. They ain't gonna look for the people. It wasn't no media surrounding that. They probably told your ass that because they didn't want you talking to you. But at the same time, stuff like that happens at the shelter. It does. Trafficking happens there. But I don't know if it happened or if it didn't. But what I say was they ain't have to worry about me talking to none of them or getting in the car with none of them. And then one day we were supposed to go on the trip. Dig this. I had Mercedes Benz truck with the three rows of seats in my truck. One day we were supposed to go to this outing, and the girl who I was telling you who was getting the feed in braids all the time, they was like, they called me in the room, was like, Angie, could she ride with you, huh? Her kids ride with you? I say, absolutely not. They said, why? I said, because I got one child with autism. You don't think he gonna find it weird that this girl sitting in the front seat and all seven of her kids surrounding him and his mama car and his truck? They probably be back there fucking with my son, and I get distracted and have to turn around and see what's happening, and I get in a car accident, and she end up suing me. She ain't gonna sue the people that hit me or I hit the person. She gonna end up suing me. They say, Angie, you smart as hell. I never thought about it like that. Thank you. Thank me for being smart. Cause y'all got something up y'all sleeve. You think I'm finna let one mom and her seven kids ride in my truck, and I'll be paranoid because all my important papers in the truck too. I don't know what y'all on. I don't trust y'all. Out the blue, y'all asking me could eight additional people get ride somewhere with me. I don't think so. And then y'all want me to tell y'all why it's common sense, cause I ain't no dummy. That's why. If I get in an accident with this girl, cause her kid's unruly, and I turn around and say, "Put your seatbelt or sit down," and I take my eyes off the road and I get in the car and say, she gonna be trying to sue me. I ain't dumb. Wait. You have empowered me. I was going to do a shelter, but my mindset was warped, and I went back to the abuser. Girl, a shelter is still one of my fears because I am disabled. You have changed my mindset. Listen. Don't let me deter you from you doing what you think is best in your life to escape a situation that you really don't want to be in. If you feel like I, I my story is going to deter you from making a better life for you, please don't go. Every shelter is not like this. It can be, but it's not like this. I'm just giving you a few pointers to look out for so you'll have pattern recognition so you'll recognize the red flags. You go, things will probably be different from for you than they were for me. They probably will help you. You probably will find genuine people. You probably will find some people there and you will make a friend for the rest of your life. I was speaking from what I went through because I am always been and always will be the black sheep of everything I take part in. The black sheep. I'm different from everybody. You may have different results. You may go there and they help you and they get you what you need. So don't stay in no relationship because you don't want to go to the shelter. Listen, I used to live in a $250,000 house before I went to that shelter. You think I want to be there? $250,000 house. Everybody was envious on my block. I hated it. I had it all. Walked out outside every day. Shitty shop. Never had to wear the same shoes, outfit, nothing. Every day. Shop. Somebody would shop. I had Jaguars, Mercedes Benz, BMWs. I had to walk away from all that shit. I had to leave it. That's what I'm telling you. I had to leave it behind. Even my parents. My parents died. We moved my whole parents' house in that house. I had to walk away and leave it all. Do you think I want to walk away and leave that? But they wanted me to be conditioned with the mindset till I was comfortable that I won't want to leave. They thought I was so sheltered and a kept woman to the point and spoiled. My, my baby daddy spoiled me. It was nothing that I didn't have, nothing that I couldn't get, nothing that I didn't want from her. They thought I wasn't gonna leave and walk away from all that. They would have been. They thought that if Angie ain't never going nowhere. I got her. I got Angie. She ain't. Well, you think Angie finna leave this house? You think Angie finna leave this lifestyle? Once you get accustomed to a lifestyle and you get comfortable, it's gonna be hard for you to leave. I had to leave. I lost myself. I lost. I lost myself. Lost in the sauce. Once I left and went to that shelter, me being in that isolation is what activated me. And I said, I didn't need all that shit. Do you think I want to buy fucking all this shit over? No. But see, I got the means to, so why not? Yeah, don't stay in no relationship. Don't stay in no relationship because you think you're not gonna be able to do it. They might help you. You might get everything when you leave that. I just had to start over. I didn't. I wasn't in there telling them how I lived, and they knew it by the way I dressed. They knew it by my car. They knew it by everything I had. They already knew it all. She, whoever she was with, you know what I'm saying? They knew it. They could look at me and tell me my taste. They knew it. So they knew that if they kept me in there long enough, that I was gonna go back. They wanted me to go back. They didn't want me to have this life. They want me to know what life is about. This is what life is about. Being comfortable, not gang stalked, not harassed, not set up in situations to get cut up, fighting in-laws, fighting, just fighting for your life. And period. And period. People turning your kids against you, your kids against you, and all that weird shit. Wait, Angie, please get the box and show us how to direct it. Is it any last words that you want to say to me, Angela?
Good riddance, bitch.
She came and knocked on my door with her box, with her plastic plant in there, with her stapler. Look, soon as she left, they was like, "Go in there. She got the she the only one got the color printer. She the only one. Everybody else printer is black and white. Go get her printer." 20 years, and you walked out of there with a box, escorted off the premises, and you can never come back on the premises. Yeah, she packed the box. Yeah, shredded all her documents, shredded all her past clients' documents. Yeah, they shredded that shit. Oh wow, they didn't give you a place and they let your time run out. Spiritual warfare at a high level. Listen, they didn't find me a place. They gave me my exit papers. They let my time run out. Because they was going to say, what have you been doing in 2 years? What did you do in 2 years? Unbeknownst to them, I was out there advocating, going here, going there. My son was in school from 8 to 4 p.m. and I was out every single where. But I told you I was in there, but I did to make it out here in the real world. So I ain't just sit up there 2 years and get comfortable. See, I'm gonna tell you this. They want you to get comfortable. That's why they gave you an apartment there. They wanted you to think that that was your place, that you were safe. They wanted you to get comfortable. That's the tricky part about it. They could throw you out at any given second for the pettiest thing. Right up, right up for the pettiest thing. They could kick you out of there. I wanted you to get in that home setting and say, it's yours. You can decorate it as you want it. What do you want in here? What do you need in here? They playing with your mind because they want you to get comfortable. They want you to get attached. They want you to get the spirit of comfortability, the comfortable, the laziness of taking your kids to school, coming back up and then going to sleep, or taking your kids to school, going to class, and then going alone. They knew I was on the go. They probably was like, "Where the fuck is Angela going out every day?" I was driving 2 and 3 hours there, 2 and 3 hours there, looking in different fucking apartments. Yep, talking to people, viewing apartments every single day, rubbing elbows, meeting people, going to different organizations, going summer everywhere. They ain't know who I knew. They was like, "Who do you know? How did you do this? You're moving where? Do you have the money for that?" They were mad than a bitch. They were mad. No fake accounts. um, I love you guys. I enjoyed these late night chronicles. I am not actually gonna go fold my clothes up. I am tired, child. Thank you for all my subscribers. Thank you for all my supporters. Turn y'all post notifications on. Samaja is not in school, so we will be doing the late nights thing. I will be trying to be respected because I know my moms do have a job. They work hard. They only not work hard to protect me. They work hard in real life. I do appreciate you guys tonight and all the questions. Don't ever feel like you can't ask me anything. I'm probably the realest bitch you'll ever meet because I'm gonna say what's all off the top of my head. I ain't gonna read shit off the script. I ain't gonna make shit up. My first mind always is to tell the truth and be truthful because each one teach me you can always help someone, and I'm never gonna be a gatekeeper because I will never wish what I went through on my worst enemy. And somebody needs the blueprint because this shit needs to be studied. Um, my email is in my bio. Um, my cash app in my bio too. If y'all want to sow a seed, cause I doubt I'm gonna be getting down to the nitty gritty talking like this again. But always remember, oh, always remember to do right and to kill everything.